Okay, no sound, you can continue easily now. So, yeah, now we are going to pull 3 implied 1. You use this relation, this one is equal to 0, then to this one is equal to 0, but this kind of function is very simple. Okay, thanks. Now you have proved that for summarizing what you did just now, you put that 1 imply 2, imply 3, and imply 1. Then you are equivalent between the three conditions. Okay, let me finish this part of us. Let's see this part of us. Remark. The remark is like this. Let's suppose that let's assume that either the dimension of f is finite, or that the dimension of f is finite. If you are in this condition, you have this A is surjective, is equivalent to the fact that the adjoint of this one is negative. This one. And also is the A, the adjoint is also surjective. You have these conditions is surjective. Then it's equivalent to the fact that A is also injective. This one is when you can indicate when the dimension of f is finite. You are this condition. That is the equivalent form of the surjective one on this one, and so on. Okay, thanks. Now the second part, of course, we try to study the compact operators. When the operator is compact, we start with this. When the operator is compact, what is the definition? The operator is compact. This one. You have a bounded. What's it? Let A also a non-bounded non-bounded linear operators. Also, you suppose also that also densely defined. Densely defined. We see that A is compact. A is compact if the image of this one, the A of the unit ball like this one, is a compact closure. Is compact. This is the image of the ball. This one is a unit ball. You remember the unit ball in E. This one is the compact closure. So that means that the closure of the image of the unit ball is the closure. This one is compact. I say that this one is compact closure. If this one is compact closure, we say that PA EA is compact. It's a linear bounded is compact. So I remind you the ball of this one, the ball of E, is just what we call also you can do something like this. The unit ball for S in E said that the norm of X is this one, the unit ball. Then when the image or this unit ball is so that means that you are this This one we are in is closed. This one, the image of this ball is closed in F because A is a map from E into F. This one, new ball here is closed in F. That means that your A is compact. There is a theorem if you can try to prove. It is very important to know. Okay, let us post first of all that notation. We can put when a big K of E like this, we call it the space of compact operator. The space of compact operators. It is we use this kind of a K of E into F, the space of compact operators. This one. So we prove that this one is closed. The K is closed. This one. You can put this. It's very, very important. That means that if you have a T sequence, Tn, a sequence of elements of T from here, from F, which converge strongly to T, then T is also compact also, is also here. You are what you are going to prove. This one, the space is closed. And let us give you the. I'll give you just the proof of this statement. Then we suppose that Tn. You take Tn like this. Element, a sequence of this one, or closed subject this one, and any Tn is compact. Now we are going to say that Tn converge to T at infinity. That means that the norm of Tn minus T is 10 to 0 at infinity, this one. I remind you the norm of this one. Remember the norm of A is that the supplement for U is set to 0, and the norm of U over the norm of U, this one. The norm is kind of this one. So when a Tn there, we see it like this one. Let's prove that if T converge to T, then T is an element of the block. Okay, let's prove that T is an element of this one. Let's prove that T is an element of K of F. Okay. Then that means for all epsilon of T that here, T is you say that you can put this one converge to T. That means that the ball Tn, we try to prove that the ball of T d1 might be covered by a finite, might be covered by this finite covering. So let us suppose for first now looking at this one. Let us also for all epsilon like this, epsilon positive like this. You can say that the Tn of ball like this one, the Tn of the ball, this unit ball, this one, can be covered by the ball of this one, of F, which is the center of this one, of epsilon, of no over 2. You can rotate this one, you take the union of this, of the one, this one. When E is finite, because Tn is finite, is compact. And this one is compact, that means that Tn have a finite covering subset of this one. And if you suppose that some Tn like this, less than epsilon, for epsilon like this, you know only that Tn minus T is less than epsilon. Then from here you can take the closure of Tn like this, taking the ball of this one. It will be contained with the ball of this one, the same ball, but of the ball of the radius epsilon of f of which fi is just the center of the element of your when this one is an element of E for all A further of this kind of this. This IR is finite. Then that means that the image of a ball is covering by something, a finite covering. That means that T is compact. It is compact. That means that our K of it is also compact. Okay, thanks. Okay, now we can try to. Which will no phone now. Then you can work easily now. Okay, please. I apologize for the noise. So that's now of the phone. Okay, I feel that you understand what I mean here for the proof about the proof of this theorem. You see that the limit of a sequence of compact operators is also a compact operator. The limit is compact. Then you try to prove. You should take a sequence here of the set of compact set like this. This one converged like this. That means that this one. You put epsilon 1 here because we are here, because this one for all epsilon you can take this one like T minus epsilon over 2. From here is why you have this kind of condition. Then mean that for this one or for epsilon you can include T this one in this union. When this one is bigger contain this one also. From here, you can prove it easily that you have this compression. Okay, so then you have this one. If one is less than this one, that means that the norm of this one, it must be less than this for any ball, right, which is kind of what you just prove. Okay, thank you. If Laurent Ensemble can ask me any question by WhatsApp, I will try to answer you. Okay, thanks. Now, I'll give you another properties of this. First of all, I will define what you call the rank of an operator. When take T like this, is an operator like this, or this one, an operator, this one. The rank of T, which is the rank of this operator, this one. It's just the dimension of R of T. It's the dimension of R of T, the image of T. what is also the dimension of the image of this operator, what we call the rank of this one. When you say that an operator T is an operator of finite rank, that means that the dimension, that means that the dimension of the image of T is just finite. It's all. It's just finite. It's called the finite. So the finite operators. This one, and this one is important because when you take a sequence of finite rank operators, the image is compact. It's very strong. The image of a sequence of operator for finite rank is compact. Just so this one. The limit is one. When you have a T, letter Tn, a sequence of finite rank operators. This one. If Tn minus T tend to 0 to infinity, then your T is compact. It's very interesting. You can see the proof in a book, and so it allows you can prove it first. This is the first result. Is try to do it and try to understand it because you see in my book this kind of opera to it. And the second condition between that means that if your T is compact, this implies that the adjoint of this is also compact. Is also compact. The N is for the diag of F to the diag of this one. And the converse is also true, this one. Then you have a T, a compact operator, the adjoint is also compact. If the adjoint is compact, your T is compact. And it's very good to try to prove it. It's very simple to prove. You just prove that we take, if I want to prove this one, we take a sequence for this one, a sequence of the ball. You have to put that T star of the unit ball here in F like this. You take a sequence of this unit ball. You prove that there exists a subsequent which converge. Any sequence of this which admit a subsequent which converge, this one will be compact. So you take a sequence level, you have to put the converse is also true. You can try to do it. So if T is compact, the adjoint is also compact. But if the adjoint is compact, then T is also compact. Okay. So today we stop here, and tomorrow we start to study the spectrum of operators and so on, and finish. Okay, thanks.